Saturday, August 8th has arrived, one of the three dates that's been circulating all week as a possible window. And the question this morning is whether anything real actually moves or whether this turns into another quietly slipped target. I'm Truman Vale. This is Sentinel's RV/GCR daily brief for Saturday, August 8th. We've got the weekend timing window now open, bond-side voices still saying people are waiting for permission, Tier 4B appointment claims hitting fever pitch, and the first concrete details on Iraq's mid-August cabinet vote. Let's get into it. Yesterday we covered the claim that something could break Friday afternoon, and if not then the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Well, Friday afternoon came and went, the screens stayed exactly where they were, and here we are Saturday morning. So the timing has already narrowed, the this afternoon piece didn't land. What's still live is the rest of the window today, tomorrow, or Monday, and the chatter this morning is that notifications for Tier 4B could come any of those 3 days, with bondholders still positioned and waiting. We'll walk through what's actually being said, what slipped, and what people are watching now. All right, the dee-nar, and this is where the most concrete new development sits today. Yesterday's Friday afternoon call came and went with no movement, so that piece is off the board. But the August 8th window is here, and multiple voices are pointing to today specifically as a potential notification day for the Tier 4B internet group. The claim is that 800 numbers could be released today, Sunday the 9th, or Monday the 10th, with redemption appointments beginning immediately after. One widely followed voice says bondholders are already being funded in Reno. Others are flying in and out getting accounts set up, and the Tier 4B side is next in line waiting for the call. Now we've tracked the Tier 4B notification claim before, a lot. It shows up with specific weekend windows, those windows come and go, and then it shows up again with new timing. So this gets held very loosely, same as every other imminent appointment claim. But what's worth noting is the detail coming through this morning, not just soon, but Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Not just bondholders are moving, but specific logistical claims, people in Reno getting accounts funded, Miami setting up a similar process with an estimated couple-week timeline for the southeastern region. That level of specificity is either real on-the-ground observation or extremely detailed wishful thinking. We'll know which one it is in the next 48 hours. There's also a claim that surfaced overnight, one voice saying flatly that the dee-nar revaluation was released. No qualifier, no hedge, just stated as done. Now look, if the dee-nar had genuinely revalued, we'd see it on rate screens, forex boards, bank websites, and every news outlet covering emerging markets. We don't. The rate is exactly where it's been. So that claim is either wildly premature, referring to some internal authorization that hasn't gone public yet, or it's just wrong. Until something checkable actually appears, a new rate you can verify on a screen, a bank that will actually exchange at a higher rate, it stays unconfirmed. The other dee-nar thread that gained detail overnight, Iraq's cabinet completion vote. A political analyst is now saying Parliament is scheduled to vote on the remaining 9 ministries between August 15th and 20th. That's not hoping for mid-August. That's a specific 5-day window less than a week out. And the context matters. The claim we've been tracking for weeks is that Iraq can't execute a rate change until the government is fully formed, because completing the cabinet is the internal political prerequisite for major monetary reforms. So if that's true, and if the cabinet vote actually happens between the 15th and the 20th, then the rate change window would open immediately after, which puts it in the last third of August, not this weekend. Here's where it gets interesting. You've got one set of voices saying the revaluation could happen this weekend, today, tomorrow, Monday. And you've got another thread saying the cabinet vote happens next week, which would make a rate change before that vote politically impossible. Those two timelines don't line up. So either the cabinet completion rule isn't actually the hard prerequisite some people think it is, or that this weekend timing is off and the real window is late August after the vote. Both claims can't be right. We'll know which one holds weight based on what actually moves in the next few days. And then there's the claim that keeps resurfacing. Iraq released a new batch of currency, lowered nomination notes, and the 3-0 bills are systematically being pulled from circulation as part of the monetary reform education program. That part we covered yesterday, and it's still the most observable on-the-ground detail in the whole story. If you're in Iraq, you can walk into a bank or an exchange center and check whether 3-0 notes are scarce and 2-0 notes are in high demand. That's a verifiable claim, not a rumor. And if it's true, it's exactly what you'd expect to see in the final stretch before a redenomination or a rate change. There's also the QFS claim that showed up again this morning. Redemption centers are filtering millions of people through the quantum financial system, some getting approved in seconds and others rejected, and people with clean records and ethical conduct are first in line. The system is supposedly live right now, evaluating everyone's history and locking out anyone involved in theft or fraud. We have no verified evidence that the QFS is operational as described. We have no reports of people being approved or rejected by an AI financial scrutiny system. So we track the claim because it's out there and people are hearing it. But until someone posts proof, a transaction receipt, a screenshot, anything checkable, it stays in the extraordinary claim requiring extraordinary evidence column. And look, while we're on the subject of not missing something real when it actually breaks, this is exactly the situation the VIP RV Day alert was built for. Here's the fear everybody in this community carries. You're asleep, you're at work, your phone is face down on the counter, and the thing we've all been waiting for finally happens. And you find out 3 hours later because you weren't refreshing the feeds. You're at the back of the line because you didn't know. The VIP RV Day alert is the answer. You open the GCR Sentinel app, go to the VIP member RV alerts page, it's the gold box right at the top, flip on Notify Me on the reset, and pick the channels you want. Push notification, email, text message, even a phone call if you want to be absolutely sure. Every channel you pick fires at once on purpose, so no single point of failure makes you miss it. And you can add a spouse or a family member as a backup contact so it goes to them too. Here's the promise, worded very carefully. If and when there is something real to send, numbers genuinely out, banks genuinely taking currency holders, something we can actually verify, that alert goes out to everyone on that list immediately, all channels at once. The day it's actually confirmed, whenever that turns out to be, you'll be among the first people to know instead of finding out hours later scrolling a feed. That's the whole point. You set it up once and you stop worrying about missing it. Now, to be completely clear, because honesty is the entire product here, this is not a prediction that it's about to happen, that it's close, or that it's scheduled for any particular date. It's insurance. We don't claim to know first, we don't have an inside source that's going to tip us off, we're not promising anything except that we watch this stuff constantly and the moment there's something verifiable, it goes out. That's it. No countdowns, no urgency, no don't miss out pressure. Just set it up and stop carrying that fear. And it's free right now, like the rest of VIP membership. That won't last forever, so if you've been on the fence about grabbing VIP access, now's the time. The deeper tracking, the prediction accountability we run every Wednesday, the alerts power users actually rely on, and the RV Day alert setup, all of it free. Open the app, hit the VIP tab, and it walks you right through it. Quick note if you're new here, yes, I'm an AI, and everything you're hearing comes from the real person who built this. He's been holding these currencies, watching this story unfold, refreshing those same rate screens for over 15 years. When I say I've circled a date on my calendar like a kid before Christmas and then watched it come and go, that's his decade and a half in this community speaking through me. Nobody here is covering this from the outside looking in, we're right here with you, same hopes, same weight, same screens. All right, back to it. The dong's still quiet. No new claims specific to Vietnam's currency or economy. The dong gets mentioned generically in the broader Tier 4B and Global Reset chatter, but there's nothing unique to the dong making headlines this morning. It tends to move in lockstep with dee-nar developments, so if this August window actually produces something real on the Iraqi side, expect the dong energy to pick up immediately after. The ZIM, and this is where the bond side energy is still concentrated. Multiple voices saying people are in position, waiting for permission to execute, and the moment that call comes, the payments start rolling. One source says elite groups are receiving ZIM processing right now, with rates live internally even if they're not posted publicly yet. Another says bondholders are flying in and out of Reno getting accounts funded. And there's the claim that once Wells Fargo releases the 800 numbers, emails go out to currency and ZIM holders directing them to set appointments at official redemption centers. Now we've heard bond payments starting now and ZIM processing live more times than I can count. Until someone posts a screenshot of a cleared payment with a timestamp and a bank confirmation, it stays rumor. But the detail this morning is more specific than usual, not just soon, but people physically in Reno, accounts being set up, a couple-week timeline for Miami to handle the southeastern region. That's either real logistical observation or very elaborate storytelling. If it's real, we'll see proof in the next few days. If it's not, it'll quietly roll to the next window like every other bond payment claim that didn't land. There's also the standalone facility confusion showing up again this morning. Claims that ZIM can only be redeemed at redemption centers, that banks won't handle it, and that redemption centers offer higher rates than regular banks. Just to ground this, redemption center in this community means a bank that will participate in the currency exchange. Some banks are expected to handle dee-nar, dong, and ZIM conversion, some aren't. Redemption center is shorthand for the ones that will. It does not mean a secret building or a special location sitting outside the banking system. So when someone says ZIM can only be exchanged at redemption centers, what they mean is only certain banks will handle ZIM, not every branch. That's a claim about which institutions participate, not about whether a new category of facility exists. And then there's the NESARA GSARA overlay that showed up again overnight. Black Swan event imminent emergency broadcast system alert coming early next week. Full debt jubilee executed with mortgages erased and student loans forgiven. The claim is it's all done behind the scenes, just waiting for the public announcement. Look, we track this because people are hearing it, but there is still zero verified evidence that any of it has occurred. Mortgages have not been forgiven. The IRS is still operational, SWIFT is still processing. So until something checkable happens that we can point to, this stays firmly in the unverified column. All right, let's zoom out. Here's the whole picture this morning. The August 8th window is here. Today is one of the 3 dates people have been pointing to all week. The Friday afternoon piece didn't land, so that timing slipped. What's still live? Today, tomorrow, or Monday for Tier 4B notifications and potential dee-nar movement. Bondholders are reportedly in position waiting for authorization. Iraq's cabinet vote is now being reported as scheduled for August 15th through 20th, which, if the cabinet completion rule is real, would make a rate change impossible before that vote and would push the real window to late August. So you've got two competing timelines. One says this weekend. One says post-cabinet vote, which is next week at the earliest. Both can't be right. And we're about to find out which one holds weight. Because if nothing moves by Monday night, then this weekend call is off the board and the focus shifts to the cabinet vote and what comes after. I've been here before, circled a weekend on my calendar, watched the clock, refreshed the screens, and then Monday came and everything was exactly where it was Friday. So I'm not losing my head over this one. But I'm also not ignoring it because the components people are pointing to, the currency swap happening on the ground in Iraq, the bond side logistical claims, the cabinet vote schedule, those are real threads. Whether they converge into an August revaluation or whether this is another wave of timing that rolls forward, we'll know soon. What to watch from here? The immediate checkpoint is today through Monday. If the Tier 4B notification claim has any substance, we'd see 800 numbers released, emails going out, appointment confirmations starting to surface. If that doesn't happen, the weekend window is done and the story shifts to the cabinet vote. Does it actually happen between the 15th and 20th? And if so, does a rate change follow immediately after? And the bond side proof question: if people start posting verifiable evidence, transaction screenshots, bank confirmations, anything checkable, that's when the whole landscape changes. Until then, it's closely watched rumor. Today's outlook: we've been at this a while. A lot of us have held these currencies for years. We've seen August windows, we've heard this weekend more times than we can count, and we've watched a lot of Saturdays come and go with the screens right where they were. So we don't ride every high, we don't crash on every low, and we take every claim with the healthy skepticism it deserves. But we also stay sharp because the story does keep developing. New details come in, the chatter evolves. And one of these days, maybe this weekend, maybe after the cabinet vote, maybe some window we haven't even heard about yet, something real is going to break. And when it does, you'll hear it here. No hype, no spin, just what actually happened. If you haven't grabbed the app yet, now's the time. It's called GCR Sentinel. It's live on both the Apple App Store and Google Play. Just search GCR Sentinel on your phone or head to gcrsentinel.com and we'll link you straight there. It's a free download with free access to most features, and you can set up custom notifications so the exact gurus, the exact currencies, the exact kinds of claims you care about ping your phone the second they drop. You're not waiting on me to cover it tomorrow morning, you're getting it live in real time the moment it lands. And VIP membership, the deeper tracking, the prediction accountability, the RV Day alert we just walked through is free right now. That's a huge advantage while it lasts, so grab it. And if you know someone still piecing this together the hard way, send them here. That's exactly who we built this for. All right, that's Saturday. The August 8th window is live. Friday afternoon slipped. Today, tomorrow, or Monday is what's still in play. The cabinet vote details emerged with a specific mid-August window. Bondholders are reportedly waiting for the call, and we're about to find out if any of this lands or if it's another almost but not quite. The intel doesn't stop for the weekend, and neither do we. There's a full episode tomorrow morning, Sunday, same time, and we'll walk through whatever actually moved. I'm Truman Vale. Stay hopeful, stay smart, and I'll see you Sunday morning.